MIKEL ARTETA.
Yeah.
You know, we've got the Son now. He knows exactly what we need. Kieran at the back, Gary attack, and Arsenal on the way to Champions League, apparently, yeah?
More like shambles at the back, nothing in attack. Arsenal on the way to Europa League. More like that.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
We're not even on the way to
Europa. Of course, RD12, what is your opinion on MIKEL ARTETA?
Got to go. If we don't get top 4, even though we are still in it somehow, then he's got to go, because you can't then sack Unai Emery, who got 5th, 1 point off top 4, 2 points off 3rd, got very close to 3rd place if we would have beaten Crystal Palace, and then the very next season gets 6th, yet he still gets sacked after a game in the Europa League group stages that didn't even matter. Whereas this manager has lost to his our previous manager, loses to Vieira, loses to Michael Carrick. Who else has he lost to? Graham Potter twice.
Yeah.
Sean Dyche.
Last season, yeah. Last season. Yeah.
He's only got 1 win out of 5 against Burnley.
Unbelievable.
Like, I think he's lost his last 4 visits against Everton as well.
Emery as well. You know about Emery, right? I was looking back at his last season, and he only lost 3 games in the whole entire season. In his last season, I'm pretty sure he only lost 3 games, and he got sacked for that. So, at the end of the day,
Liverpool, Sheffield United, and Leicester. Yeah, you're right. 3 games in the Premier League.
Yeah, he only lost 3 games.
Yeah,
maybe he. I don't know. RD12. Well, I actually said, what do you think about Unai Emery? Do you think he deserved more time as Arsenal, seeing what he's doing now with Villarreal in the Champions League and all that? Or do you think we should have sacked him on?
If you want my honest opinion, no, because also I remember that time. Things were getting from bad to worse because he lost the dressing room, and he was part of that time when we went on that long run without winning. So no, I think Arsenal did not make a mistake sacking Unai Emery. I don't think he should have got more time. He well right to get rid of him. But what you don't do, because at that time we were in turmoil, what we don't do is you don't employ a novice who has never managed. That's what you don't do, because we got the appointment just very wrong.
Yeah,
you're right to get rid, but the wrong appointment. It was just the wrong appointment, and it's proving time and time again that.
Seb, look at the managers that were available.
Allegri, Ancelotti.
Yeah. You see, Everton didn't even go for Arteta, and Arteta is more of an Everton legend than an Arsenal legend. Everton didn't even go. They went for Ancelotti. They went for someone a bit more ambitious. And then they had a fame where we just about finished.
What was your
day, but still.
What was your opinion on Unai Emery? Do you think he deserved more time, or was he rightly sacked?
So to be fair, I wasn't on his back too much when he was here. I really wasn't. Because for me, I think it was mainly the players, because he still had the same shit there from his first season that cost him top 4. Still had Socrates. He still had the likes. Well, he didn't have David Luiz. He signed David Luiz. He had Bellerin, who came back from injury. He had Kolasinac. Okay, that was his fault, not starting Kieran Tierney. He was starting Kolasinac over him.
Well.
Yeah, Mustafi. He had a really, really weak defence. Poor midfield as well. I mean, he didn't tell Granit Xhaka to say F off to the fans, did he? And he may not have spoke. What? Pardon?
No, carry on, mate. Carry on.
All right. Where was I? And just because he couldn't speak English, he's still a good manager. He's still got on with the team quite well, to be fair.
I wouldn't say that. I think he completely lost the players towards the end, and so many of them were fully against him. I wouldn't say that in the end.
Yeah,
I remember that time it was very bad.
Yeah, I guess he did lose the dressing room, but however, in his first season, it looked like the players responded to him, and now he's got Villarreal to the semi-final of the Champions League with a full team of Tottenham rejects and a Championship striker up front. And imagine if he wins it and we don't even qualify for it. I mean, Jesus Christ.
A possibility.
That would be embarrassing, mate. I don't care. That
is a possibility.
And then there's some of these top gooners saying, "Oh, but Emery left Arteta in a mess." Well, hold on a minute. Explain why he tried to offer Mustafi a new contract that he rejected. Explain why he offered Rob Holding a new contract. Rejected 30 million from PSG for Hector Bellerin. Tried to give El Neni a new contract.
Did he actually try to give El Neni one? I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I think he tried to sign him up on a new contract.
I remember he wanted
last year.
I remember he wanted to keep him, but I've never heard anything about contract extension towards him. You might be right, but I never heard anything.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I swear it's, I saw reports saying
that he definitely did try to give a new contract.
Yeah, and then he bins like the 3 players that won him the FA Cup, and let's not forget that it wasn't Arteta who won us the FA Cup. It was Aubameyang with the 2 goals. Pepe, who got 2 assists.
Yeah, I agree.
Pepe got 2 assists against both Man City and Chelsea, and then Martinez was our best goalkeeper. Binned the 3 of them, even though Pepe's still here, but he's gonna be gone in the summer. So, yeah, all 3 of them who won the FA Cup for Arteta, all 3 of them are out of the door. So, yeah, that's another sackable offence. I already mentioned about he's only got 1 win out of 5 against Burnley. Another sackable offence. So many.
This is a thing I wanted to ask about as well. This is what I wanted to ask about as well, right? The amount of players that Arteta's fallen out with. I heard today about Lacazette, right? He's apparently got COVID. Well, I've seen that he was pictured going to his party or whatever. So if he's got COVID, then why was he going to these parties? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he starts,
this is Lacazette. How many players has Arteta fallen out with? Lacazette, Aubameyang, Guendouzi, Saliba technically. Who's the other one? There's one more.
Maitland-Niles.
Maitland-Niles.
I think Pepe's kind of a little bit as well.
More. Ozil as well.
Yeah, Ozil. I think Pepe's possibly
so what's your
as well. Imagine how he would have dealt.
Yeah. So
Saliba.
Imagine how this guy would have dealt with Henry, Vieira, Keown, Parler, even Alexis Sanchez, Adams. Imagine how he would have dealt with them. Because the thing is that when he fell out with Guendouzi at the start, at first I blamed Guendouzi because he was, at the time, I thought he was a bit out of order. But now, considering that Arteta has got a track record of this, like you mentioning all the names, I blame Arteta. Because this now shows you that he cannot handle players with big egos. Because top players want to win and have egos. Top players, the very best. You see what Mbappe has at PSG. He has an ego. Imagine how Arteta would have dealt with them. Absolutely no chance. You can't even deal with all that. And how on earth, when we buy these top players in the future, is he going to deal with them? Because I just don't see him doing it. Because sooner or later, he's going to fall out with someone else. We're already hearing rumours that Lacazette, potentially, I don't know how true that story is yet, but I'm already hearing rumours about that. So he's just going to fall out with more people, then he's just going to say out, because he can't handle it, and he's too inexperienced to do so. No, because top managers overcome these things. Look at how Tuchel dealt with the Lukaku situation. Look at how that was dealt with. because that's a top manager. The difference between a top manager and a bang average mediocre manager. That is the difference, because Arsene Wenger had loads of egos to deal with. He always dealt with them all right. This guy can't even deal with it. As soon as he falls out, as soon as it, no way back, out the door. No. You put your arm around them, you try to some conclusion, and you try and bring them back in. But don't banish them completely. And Aubameyang at the time actually had a legit reason on what he did, because he went out abroad because his family wasn't well, only because he turned back late. I'm like, come on. Okay, I don't mind him stripping the captaincy from him, but to completely banish him out of the squad like that was very wrong. Because, like you said, you don't know the full story, but if it's a family reason, then that's fine. Come on. It's not good enough.
I mean, by the way, have you seen this? Aubameyang has
obviously,
scored...
like with Pepe as well, right? Go on, Ollie 12. Aubameyang what?
All right. Have you seen this absolutely staggering stat? Apparently, since Aubameyang has left Arsenal, we've scored nearly the same amount of goals as us as a team. As a team, we have scored 12 goals this year, and Aubameyang, since leaving Arsenal, he scored 10. So it's only going to take him 2 goals until he's actually scored more
shows you done it
than Arsenal as a team.
Do you think it was the system we were playing? Do you think it was that?
I think it was a system. I really do.
I'm kind of entitled.
So
to
did I. Because didn't Arteta play him on the left wing most of the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, you couldn't even get. See, Unai Emery got such a tune out of him and
Lacazette. Came as
a
striker, right?
And since Arteta's come in, the partnership's been non-existent. Non-existent.
Yeah.
This is a thing as well, right? Obviously, I want to ask about Pepe, right? 72 million we pay for him. What's he actually done wrong? Can someone tell me? Do you know what he's done wrong to not be getting any game time?
Nothing.
Because every game now he's on the bench, on the bench. How are we treating this guy like this?
Nothing. Because again, this is where I blame Arteta. Because first of all, he was playing Pepe not to his strengths. He was playing him wrong. Because we could see Bellerin and him on the same flank wasn't working because Bellerin kept getting in his way. But when he actually bothered to play Cedric behind him, because I remember that game when we beat Leicester 3-1 last season, he played Cedric behind him, and Pepe had the game of his life. And I'm going to give you a stat here. When Pepe played with Bellerin alongside him in the Man City game that we lost 1-0 last year, they interchanged 7 times. 7 times. When Cedric behind him against Leicester, when we won 3-1, they interchanged over 30 times.
That is because Cedric overlaps. Bellerin never overlaps.
Well, Bellerin kept getting in his way. So that is one reason why I don't blame Pepe and I blame the manager, because he didn't play to his strengths. Another thing is that when Pepe actually got a run of games, look at how we ended last season. Goal against West Brom.
Last season,
2 against Palace, 2 against Brighton. Because when he was actually given a consistent run of games, you saw what he could do when he was actually played to his strengths. Because I'm telling you now, I can really honestly see when Pepe goes, because it is likely he'll probably go this summer, especially if his manager stays in charge. I can see a top manager getting best out of him, and then he's going to rip it up. And then if Pepe does that, then fair play to him, and I'll sit there and I'll say I told you so, because we're using this guy so wrong. Because what Arteta's doing is he's putting all the pressure on Saka, because when it's clear Saka's tired and getting burnt out,
he needs a rest.
Exactly. This manager will never sub him off. He's so afraid he will not give him a rest. He won't sub him off, because when it was clear he needed to come off when he was tired. Just what you should be at least doing is having Pepe, Saka, and Martinelli all in they should all be interchanged within the same together. Like some games you play Saka and Martinelli. Some games then you play Pepe and Saka. Then you play Saka and Martinelli. Then you play. You see what I mean? You interchange that. You don't just play you and then just leave the other route and then bring him on the bench with 75 minutes, 80 minutes to do so and expect to change. It don't work like that. It's not going to do to his confidence. Because as I said on my last podcast,
I agree.
Develop youngsters is you have experienced players around them and you learn off someone. Pepe is someone Saka can learn off from. But if you're not going to bother to play him or bother to like interchange with him or rotate properly, how on earth are you going to expect these youngsters or the player himself to develop? It don't work like that. So no, I blame that fully on the manager, how he's handled this Pepe situation. It's been an absolute disgrace. And one last thing, sorry for rattling on. Sorry if I'm
No
boring.
problem, man. Yeah, all good.
When Pepe got sent off against Leeds last year, Arteta straight away called him out and pointed his finger at him. Has he ever done the same with Xhaka when he was someone who's
exactly.
time and time again?
Exactly.
No.
Yeah.
As soon as Xhaka's back from suspension, he's straight back in the squad. Pepe,
And
nowhere to be
rewarded in
seen.
your contract.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's not right. That doesn't sit right with me. He could. The manager clearly has his favourites there, and Pepe ain't one of them. And he's done nothing wrong, Pepe, to deserve to be treated like that. It's an absolute disgrace.
Yeah, so 100% agree, man. RD12, I wanted to ask you about William Saliba, right? I was watching the PSG game against Marseille. He scored a goal. It sadly got disallowed and all that because VAR. Balling again in the French squads. Same with Guendouzi. Both play for Marseille. Balling. What is your thoughts on William Saliba? Do you think we should give him another chance next season?
Absolutely. I mean, if this guy gets loaned out again, I might not watch another Arsenal game for the rest of next season, even though next season hasn't started yet. Because, sorry, if you keep players like Rob Holding, Mohamed El Neni, Pablo Mari, if you give all of these players chances, Callum Chambers, but you don't give Saliba a chance, you try and offer Mustafi a new contract that he rejected, you've got to give Saliba a go at least. I mean, he hasn't even played 90 minutes in an Arsenal shirt yet. He played a half.
MK Dons won it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Guendouzi, just like what Seb said, Guendouzi did the same what Xhaka did last season, put his hand round Maupay's throat. Guess what Arteta did? Hasn't played a game since that game.
He's gone never since, exactly. Why is that?
Yeah.
Like, in the day, Guendouzi's backing up Leno in the day, right? He's backing up his teammate because what Maupay did to him. Yeah, he may have an attitude problem, yeah, but his attitude is to win, and that's something we lack in for me. That's what I think. We lack and I think if we bring back Guendouzi, yeah, quality player, yeah, and again, he's a guy with a big ego, but also going to about William Saliba, right? We played against Dundalk, Moldes, Rapid Vienna.
Wasn't even in the squad.
In Europa League, right? Wasn't even in the squads. You got youngsters like, who's the youngster? McGuinness, Harry Clark, and all that in front of him. Yeah. Why is that? What is wrong with William Saliba? Is it because Emery signed him or something? I don't get it.
I don't know.
He's played more minutes for the France national first team than us, would you believe?
There you go then.
How is that possible? And he only got called up this season to the France national squad team, and they've actually bothered to play him. If I was him, he's only got 2 years left on his contract come the summer. I wouldn't bother re-signing. Because he's always said he doesn't want to come if he's going to be sitting on the bench and not be giving games. Because he said he's quite happy to stay where he is. And can you blame him? No, you cannot.
No, you can't.
I mean, this ain't the San Marino squad here. This is the French squad that both of them are in. And they're probably going to be there at the World Cup as well. I mean, no discards to San Marino. But, like, they're one of the worst countries in terms of football. So
they're world champions. So they're world champions, France. So
yeah,
getting that squad is really difficult. And if they can do it, why on earth can this manager not integrate them back into this team when they'll comfortably walk into this team right now?
yeah.
I wanted to ask you both, about obviously us bottling top 4. We're going to be maybe going into the Conference League. What would be your opinions going into that competition?